Greetings everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Powerful Plant Allies. So for today's video, we're actually going to talk about one of the first herbs that I learned how to identify here on Long Island a couple years back when I started this adventure. And that is Alliaria petiolata, also commonly known as garlic mustard. Now, garlic mustard originated in Europe and was actually brought to the US by the Europeans in the 1800s as a source of food and medicine. Its first noted use here on Long Island was 1868, and it was grown all throughout as a cultivated herb that people used, like I said, for food and for medicine. It is such a nutrient-dense plant. Garlic mustard is an invasive species here throughout the northeastern and midwestern parts of the country. It has also stretched its reach up to southern Canada. These plants form dense stands throughout the forest and leave no room for native plants to grow. But it gets even deeper than that. Garlic mustard is allelopathic, and what that means is it actually releases chemicals into the soil that it's inhabiting, inhibiting the growth of other native species around it, which is why it's such a really big problem here. You're actually doing your ecosystem a huge justice by going out and harvesting this plant. By the end of this video, you will successfully know how to identify garlic mustard, how to use her, and what cautions you should be aware of before putting it into your body. I encourage you all to go out and form a relationship with this plant spirit. By sitting with the plants, communicating with them, and feeling their energy, you're not only forming a relationship with the plants, you're also forming a relationship with yourself, an ancient side of yourself, and you're also forming a relationship with the earth, which is very important, and humanity is lacking that right now. So it's very important that we rekindle that, okay? So I hope that this video finds you well. I hope that you get a lot of good knowledge from it, and I hope it encourages you to go out and enjoy the natural beauty and the natural plants. So without further ado, let's get going on this quest. Alrighty, so I'm really excited to be here today. The reason is because we are walking through one of my favorite parks here on Long Island, New York, and that is Sunken Meadow State Park. The reason why I love this park so much is because of the vast ecosystems that are here. You've got the beach, then you've got the estuary, and then you have the wooded areas. And this is a really popular park when I give my plant tours. The reason why I give it is just because with different ecosystems, you get different plants. So there's a plethora of medicine here, a lot to identify. So it's really cool. I'm really excited. Wooded areas like this that we're walking in are really popular for garlic mustard. You'll find it in wooded areas, disturbed soil, you'll find it along roadsides, and even in your backyard. Almost anywhere you can find this plant. It's one of the most common here on Long Island. All right, so we're looking out for it, and we'll keep you guys posted. See you in a bit. So garlic mustard is a noxious biennial weed. And what biennial means, it means that the plant completes its life cycle in 2 years. Now we are sitting next to a patch of first-year growth. During its first year, the plant creeps along the ground and grows in what is called a basal rosette formation. And what that is, it's when the leaves form from the center or base of the plant, they grow outwards and they form in a circular arrangement. If you come closer, you could probably get a much closer look at it. The first year leaves are rounded heart shape, and along the edges of the leaf they've got serrated margins. Now a lot of people confuse this plant with the leaves of the violet that grows here on Long Island, but if you take the leaves, take them in your hand, roll them up, crush them up and smell them, they've got an iconic garlic odor to them, hence the name garlic mustard. Now the leaves of the first year plants are much different than the leaves of the second year plants. What we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these leaves, take it along with us, and we're going to compare the two of them, okay? So without further ado, let's get going to the second year plant. Now we are sitting next to a second year patch, and just by sitting here you can already see the difference between the first year and the second year. Around March and April, about a year after it first sprouted, it sends up a flower stalk with several branches. And on the branches, the leaves grow in an opposite formation. Now, come take a look at the leaves. Now, I told you that I was going to grab a leaf from the first year plant, so let's compare the two of them. You can see both leaves here. On the right here, we've got the second year leaf. And you can already see the difference. It's more of a triangular shape with the pointed tip. While the first year plant, the leaf is on the left for the first year, it's more rounded, like a rounded heart shape to it. So that's a very important identification feature to distinguish both of them. The flowers appear in clusters and have 4 white petals. Each flower is about 1 to 2 centimeters across and emerge in April. They're present until the beginning of June. Now, once the flowering season is over, seed pods develop from the blossoms. The seeds release from the pods in the early to mid-fall and can actually remain dormant in the soil for up to 10 years. Each plant tends to have about 600 seeds. However, plants in the right growing conditions can have up to 8,000. No wonder why this plant is so widespread and invasive. Now you'll notice if you go and harvest the roots of the second year plant, they're going to be very easy to pull out of the ground. Almost no traction at all, no grip to the earth. And the reason for that is because the roots themselves are very small. The plant itself is putting all of its chi, its life force energy, into those flowers and those seed pods. So it's basically sucking out all of the nutrients from the roots themselves, kind of shrinking them and causing them to really compress downwards. So harvesting the roots, you really want to go for the first year plant, as well as the leaves too. First year plant, the energy is just going towards the leaves and the foliage, so the nutrients are just top-notch for the first year. You could still eat the second year leaves, however, you're not really getting the full nutritional value there. Now we're going to talk about the benefits that you can get while utilizing this plant. The leaves, roots, and stems have anti-asthmatic properties. The roots can be chopped up and heated in your favorite choice of oil in order to create an infusion to rub on your chest. The oil infusion helps to relieve bronchitis. The infusion is also antiseptic and a diaphoretic. The leaves are sometimes consumed to induce sweating in order to reduce a fever. You can concoct an antiseptic poultice from the leaves to use topically on ulcers, eczema, insect bites, cuts, or scrapes. Apply it directly to the affected area. Nutritionally, the plant is a powerhouse. It contains vitamins A, C, and E. It also contains calcium, magnesium, and iron, as well as omega-3 fatty acids. My personal favorite use for it is to throw it in some salads, and you can even throw the roots and the leaves in your favorite soups and stews. Garlic mustard leaves and roots can be tinctured as a form of medicine, or can be added to your favorite fire cider recipe. Now, as with any form of medicine, there are some cautions. Handling the plant may cause contact dermatitis. This plant also contains cyanide. There is speculation that this is the plant's defense mechanism from being consumed by predators. However, it has about the same amount as cabbage, kale, and broccoli. I encourage all of you to go out and connect with garlic mustard in her habitat, get a feel for her, sit with her, speak to her. Always ask permission before harvesting her. And if you're going to harvest from her, it's great to offer up something to the plant, okay? Remember, these are not inanimate objects, these are beings. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful. I hope you got to know garlic mustard a little bit more. Like, comment, subscribe, comment especially if there are uses of garlic mustard that I didn't touch upon, or if there's anything specifically that you enjoy doing with garlic mustard. I would love to hear about it, all right? So please share it in the comments, and like I said, share the plant love with everybody. I'll see you guys in the next adventure. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna have 2 meals out of this. I'm gonna use the leaves for some salad, and I'm also going to add it into some soups and stews. I may even make a super stew tonight. So for sure, I'm gonna enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoy it too, all right? Namaste, take care.